In the ancient lands of Japan, the samurai lived by a silent code Bushido, the way of the warrior. It was not merely a path of battle, but a philosophy of balance, discipline, and honor. The samurai understood something we often forget in the modern world, that true strength begins not in the arm, but in the mind. They faced death, defeat, and dishonor, yet their resolve remained unbroken. Because for them, life wasn't about victory, it was about virtue. Today, we no longer hold swords, but we still fight wars against doubt, fear, and the noise of a restless world. The spirit of Bushido reminds us, every person carries a warrior within. That warrior is not born in moments of ease, but in the quiet battles no one sees. When you choose integrity over comfort, purpose over pleasure, and discipline over distraction, you are already walking the path of the samurai. Rectitude is the foundation of Bushido. It is the courage to do what is right, even when no one is watching. For the samurai, this principle was sacred. They understood that a life without moral direction is like a blade without a point, sharp but aimless. Their decisions were often difficult, sometimes painful, but always guided by a moral compass that pointed unwaveringly toward honor. In our world, right and wrong are often blurred by convenience and compromise. Yet GI teaches us to stand firm when the easier path tempts us away. Every time you speak truth in a world that rewards deceit, every time you stay honest when it costs you something, you honor the way of Bushido. Strength is not in domination, but in integrity. The modern warrior does not conquer others. They conquer the weakness within themselves. Courage, or you, was the lifeblood of the samurai. But it was not the reckless kind that rushes into danger. It was a calm, conscious bravery. The ability to move forward, even when the outcome is uncertain. The samurai understood that fear is not the enemy. Surrendering to it is. So they trained their minds as fiercely as their bodies, learning to see fear as a teacher rather than a threat. In our daily battles, chasing dreams, facing loss, enduring rejection, we too must summon you. Courage is not about never falling. It's about standing again when you do. You might not wear armor, but every time you speak up for yourself, pursue your passion, or rise from failure, you wield the same spirit the samurai once carried. Remember this: courage is not a moment of glory. It's a quiet decision made again and again to keep walking through the storm. The samurai were feared as warriors, yet revered for their compassion. Jin, or benevolence, was not weakness. It was strength refined by empathy. A true warrior, they believed, must protect, not oppress. Power without kindness leads to destruction, but power guided by compassion creates harmony. They offered mercy to the defeated, respect to the enemy, and care to those they served. In today's world, compassion is still the mark of true greatness. When you lift someone who has fallen, when you forgive instead of retaliate, you practice the highest form of strength. The modern samurai knows that kindness is not a sign of fragility. It's the quiet roar of inner power. To care deeply in a world that numbs emotion is revolutionary. Remember, to fight for others is noble, but to feel for them is divine. Maho, or honor, was the invisible armor that shielded the samurai's soul. It wasn't about pride or appearance, it was about self-respect. The samurai lived by the belief that one's name should be synonymous with truth and dignity. Even in failure, they stood tall, because their worth was not measured by success, but by character. Today, honor means staying loyal to your values, even when the world calls them outdated. It's about saying, I will not betray who I am, no matter how tempting the alternative. Every time you resist the urge to compromise your beliefs, you polish the armor of your spirit. You might not win every battle, but you'll always keep your soul intact. Honor reminds us that legacy is not what others remember about us, it's what our conscience remembers about ourselves. For the samurai, discipline was life itself. Chigi loyalty and self-control taught them that mastery is not a destination, but a daily ritual. They woke before dawn, trained in silence, and lived with purpose. Every movement, every breath was deliberate. Through repetition, they found freedom. Through restraint, they found strength. In our modern chaos, discipline is the rarest form of self-love. It is the quiet promise to yourself that you will show up even when no one else does. You may not be fighting with swords, but you are still sharpening your spirit. Every act of consistency, Every moment of focus, every refusal to quit, that is your Bushido. The path of the warrior never ends, because it is not about reaching perfection. It's about becoming just a little better, a little braver, and a little truer every single day.